Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a timeless story that has been shared for generations. A tale that teaches us a lesson we should all carry in our hearts. Let us get comfortable and travel back in time to a quiet little village nestled on a rolling green hill. In this village lived a young shepherd boy. Every single day, without fail, he'd lead his fluffy flock of sheep up to the meadow. The sun would shine, the birds would sing, and the sheep would happily munch on the fresh grass. But for the young boy, well, it was all a bit boring. Day in and day out, it was the same old routine. Nothing exciting ever seemed to happen. One sunny afternoon, as he watched the sheep graze, a mischievous idea popped into his head. He wanted to stir things up, to create a little excitement. He scrambled onto a large rock, took a deep breath, and shouted at the top of his lungs, "Wolf! Wolf! There's a huge wolf chasing the sheep! Help!" Down in the village, the hard-working villagers heard his desperate cries. They dropped their tools, grabbed whatever they could, fine sticks, hoes, and rakes, and ran up the hill as fast as their legs could carry them. They were ready to fight off the dangerous predator and save the boy and his flock. But when they finally reached the top, panting and out of breath, they saw ... nothing. No wolf. Jets, the shepherd boy, laughing uncontrollably. "Ha ha ha! I fooled you all," he cheered, pointing at their worried faces. The villagers were not amused. An old farmer, wiping sweat from his brow, wagged a finger at the boy. "That was not a funny trick," he said sternly. "Don't cry wolf when there is no wolf. We have important work to do." The others nodded in agreement, grumbling as they walked back down the hill, feeling their time had been wasted. The boy just shrugged, still giggling to himself. He had enjoyed the commotion. The very next day, the familiar feeling of boredom crept in again. The boy decided his first trick was so successful, why not try it again? Stood on the same rock, put on his most terrified face, and yelled, "Wolf! Wolf, it's back! Please, help me this time!" And believe it or not, the kind-hearted villagers, thinking maybe, just maybe, he was telling the truth this time, once again dropped everything and rushed to his aid. Bees. They charged up the hill, even more determined than before. But when they got there, you guessed it, no wolf, only the boy, laughing even louder than the day before. You fell for it again. He cackled. This time the villagers were truly angry. They felt foolish and deceived. They warned him again, more firmly this time, before turning their backs and marching down the hill, vowing not to be tricked a third time. Then came the third day. The sun was setting, casting long shadows across the meadow. The boy was starting to gather his sheep when a rustle in the nearby forest caught his attention. From between the dark trees, a real wolf emerged. It was large and menacing, with hungry eyes and sharp teeth that glimmered in the fading sunlight. It stared right at the flock of sheep. True terror seized the boy. His heart pounded in his chest. This was no joke, this was real. He scrambled onto the rock, his voice trembling as he screamed with all his might, "Wolf! Wolf! Please, help me! The wolf is real. It's here!" He cried and pleaded, his voice filled with genuine fear. But down in the village, the people heard his cries and simply shook their heads. "Oh, that's just the shepherd boy trying to trick us again," one said. "We're not falling for it this time," said another. They ignored his desperate pleas and continued with their evening chores. No one came to help. Up on the hill, the boy watched in horror as the wolf scattered his precious flock. Alone and helpless, all he could do was cry. When he finally stumbled back to the village, empty-handed, and with tears streaming down his face, he sobbed, "I'm sorry. The wolf really came this time. It was real." An elder villager placed a hand on his shoulder and looked at him with sad eyes. "We know," he said softly. "But no one believes a liar, even when he tells the truth." From that day forward, the boy understood the weight of his actions. He learned a very important lesson that he never forgot. Honesty and trust are precious, and once they are broken, they are incredibly hard to get back. Callers, always tell the truth, because your words have power. Thank you so much for joining me for this story today. It's a powerful reminder about the importance of being truthful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next story. See you soon.